Now, does your dog walk you instead of the other way around? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you turn terrible walking like this all the way through to beautiful loose lead walking like this. So the first thing that we need to do when it comes to fixing any kind of problem pulling behavior is teach the dog what it is that we do want from them. Yes, later in the process, we are going to communicate to them what it is that we don't want from them. Right now, I don't want you pulling on the end of the lead. What I need is for you to understand, if I'm holding the lead and I say something, I need you to get into this position. Now, I've done all of my assessments with my mate Ruby here. She is a lovely, sweet girl. She's got some problems with other dogs that we're going to have to work through, which we will have to work through as part of her pulling as well. But she's a sweet dog, but she's an old girl. She's 10, 11, maybe 12 years old, and she has really bad eyesight, she has really bad sense of smell, and she's a bit of a boxer, and she doesn't have huge amounts of food drive, which put all of that together means that teaching something new to her is a little bit more difficult than it would be with, say, a 1-year-old Labrador, for example. But the process is exactly the same. And what I'm going to try and do is just start by reintroducing her again to following a bit of a law. And again, I have to be really slow, yes, with her, because if I try and move that law too quickly, what will happen is she loses it. Try and catch her again. Good girl. Yes, there we go, good. And what I'm trying to do is just lure her into this position. And then when I've lured her into this position, that's when she gets the reward. And what we're doing is, yes. Good girl. Is we're just trying to build reps and reps and reps. Yes, you see how already we're starting to, it's happening a bit faster. She almost started to offer me that bait. There we go. Oh, clever. Yes. And she's starting to offer me this behavior. This is where I want you to be. Now, the more that we rep this and then start naming the behavior, I'm going to start teaching it as a heel command. So I catch her with the law. When I know the behavior is likely, heel. Yes, we'll just keep repping this out. And this will probably take me a couple of days. 2 days of me doing this 2 or 3 times a day. We get that where I can just stand here, say the term, and she'll know to come here. I'm not looking for competition, heel. I'm not looking for fancy obedience. I just want her to understand that what I want is for you to be on this side by me with my lead nice and loose. That's a really nice place to start, because when we do have to move into the more advanced styles of the training, move into the tune-up drill that we'll look at next, move into the magic green circle that we'll look at later on, it's really nice if she already understands what it is that I do want. It makes the training more fun, it makes it go more smoothly, and it builds a better relationship between me and the dog, which would be for you and your dog. Once we've taught our dog heel and what we mean by heel, and we've taught them that being by our side is a good thing and this is what we want from them, it sets them up for success later on in the training process. We can move into the next stage. And for me, the next stage of my training when it comes to stopping a dog from pulling is then going to be my tune-up drill. Now, I'm very well known for my tune-up drill. People have seen the remarkable levels of success I'm able to have with my tune-up drill and how it can sometimes go really fast. It can look like I've just waved a magic wand over a dog and miraculously they're not pulling anymore. Now, what the tune-up drill is not teaching a dog how to walk to heel. We do that with luring, positive reinforcement-based training in stage 1. What this does is it teaches the dog that they must follow our guidance and direction. The good thing is for pulling is that to follow our guidance and direction, they need to be able to see us. For the dog to be able to see us, they can't be right out in front of us. So it brings them back into that position. We put those two things together with what we're going to talk about in the next stage of the process. And we're 99% of the way towards having perfect loose lead walking. However, with some dogs, the tune-up drill is a little bit more complex. With some dogs, it's a little bit more complicated, especially for older dogs who have never experienced any kind of communication process through the lead. It can be somewhat of a challenge for that dog to understand how to navigate that lead pressure and how to do things like yielding to pressure, understanding what the pressure means. And that's exactly what happened with my mate Ruby. But you'll see as I go through this tune-up process how I'm adaptable and I flex with her. I help her go from shutting down a little bit through feeling and experiencing that lead pressure, probably for the first time in her life, to coming out of it positively and helping her understand when you do feel this pressure, you don't have to panic. It's not a negative thing. When you feel it, follow me, come towards me, and everything will be okay. And when we get over that little hurdle with her, it then sets us up for massive long-term success. She's freaking out about the lead pressure. So what we need to do is teach her gently to yield to the pressure. So when she feels the pressure, I'm really lightly putting it on. She needs to yield to it. Come on. Yeah, good girl. And then she's met with a reward for yielding to the pressure. Quite rare this is, probably 1 in 20, 1 in 30. So yeah, good. You see how much quicker that's happening. Some dogs redirect to pressure. Some dogs shut down from it. See how much quicker that's going now? A lot of trainers would push through that with more pressure and violence their way through. But I want her to understand when you feel that pressure, just follow me and the pressure turns off. That's how you turn it off. You don't ever turn the pressure off by fighting me or the pressure itself. Yeah, you see how much quicker that's happening? Yeah, good girl, Rubes. Good girl. Right, now I'm gonna see how she finds it again. Let's go. Yeah, good girl. This way. Yeah, engagement, look at that. Now, obviously, guys, we're taking a real whistle-stop tour on my mate Ruby's journey here, and there is a lot more to it. We're covering all the different steps, but if you want more detail, that's exactly why I created my No More Pulling Masterclass. The great thing about that course is it's included in my Perfect Canine Companion course, which is one of the world's most successful courses when it comes to helping people take their adult dogs through from whatever your starting point is to perfect canine companion. Not only does it include my pulling masterclass, but also my reactivity rehab, my recall reset, my leadership is love course to help you become a higher level canine leader for your dog, my crate training masterclass, and so much more. To thank you for supporting the channel, there'll be a special discount when you click on the link below this video. But what's most important is the way that I'm able to help dogs, not just train these amazing dogs completely free of charge, but also to train the people that are going to give them their forever home completely free of charge as well, helping manage the transition as successfully as possible to set them up for long-term success. Isn't that right, girl? So again, if you are interested in learning more, not only will you become a perfect canine leader to create and raise and train your perfect canine companion, but you'll be supporting our work at the sanctuary with wonderful dogs like my mate Ruby here. Special discount when you click the link in the description box below. But let's move on to the next step of the process of turning her from walking like a nightmare to walking like a dream. Now, the next step of the process when it comes to stopping your dog from pulling is what I call my magic green circle game. And essentially what we're doing is we're mixing the initial teaching heel and we're mixing it then nicely with the tune-up drill. We put the two things together and we're left with a dog that hopefully doesn't ever pull again. Now, as we saw with my sweetheart mate here, the tune-up drill for some dogs takes a little bit longer and you need to be a little bit more patient with them. But that process has been going really nicely now. But with a dog, again, that's like this, she's nearly 10 years old, she's a little bit older, she's a little bit more sensitive to the pressure, so we have to take our time. All we do is the magic green circle game, we also take our time. So rather than going at full speed, when I first, and this is the first time she's ever played it, by the way, we're at half speed. So a little bit of pressure there, just a reminder. If she stays in the magic green circle, she can get a treat. If I set off at full speed, 100%, yeah, good, I would have to use some pressure. And I'm trying to minimize the amount of pressure I'm using, especially with her being sensitive to it. Now, eventually we will need to pick up to full speed. This way. There we go, but that's the only little bit of pressure that I'm using, that little tiny amount, just to let her know. I often try and imagine my magic green circles about the size of a hula hoop. For her, I'm making it probably 3 times bigger than that. Nice big one. I'm just giving her the time for her brain, like there, Didn't need the pressure there. She's a little bit behind, but we're a warm day and she's an old lady, aren't you, mate? And she deserves to be treated with a bit of patience and a bit of respect. And I'm more thinking about what's going on up here. So right now she isn't paying attention to me. Even though she's not pulling, I can feel it. So there, that was a good rep, because I knew if I do my turn, I could tell that you're not paying attention. And I'd rather her be slightly out, but paying attention to me, than in the circle like she was and not engaging with me at all. That's just experience, because I've done this thousands of times, but that's what the magic green circle is designed to achieve. It's just putting those two things together, which then allows us to play this game, leveling up what we're going to talk about in the next stage. So after we've been playing the magic green circle, we then move into what I refer to as the 3Ds of dog training, and that's quite a simple concept. We just have to slowly add distance, duration, and distraction. You can't go from teaching heel, tune-up drill, magic green circle game, all kind of in your garden, through to then walking through Times Square and expecting your dog to be able to do it perfectly. We have to build up to those things gradually over time. And the reality is for every dog, the distance is going to be a bit different. The duration you can expect will be a bit different. What distraction levels they'll struggle with is going to be a bit different. But the great thing is that you know your dog best, and you know what steps you can take with them slowly but surely to build them towards the point in which you want to get them to go from a dog that pulls like a freight train to walks beautifully on a loose lead by your side. Now, if you want more help, remember that's exactly what my Perfect Canine Companion course is designed to achieve. It will give you everything that you need to know to have your perfect canine companion. And remember, there's a special discount when you check the link in the description box below, and all the profits go towards supporting dogs like my mate Ruby here. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.